we done?
Mad Sweeney hesitated, then nodded. Shadow let go of him and took several steps backward. Sweeney, panting, pushed himself back up to a standing position.
Not on your ass! It ain't over till I say it is!
Then he grinned and threw himself forward, swinging at Shadow. He stepped onto a fallen ice cube, and his grin turned to open-mouthed dismay as his feet went out from under him and he fell backward. The back of his head hit the barroom floor with a definite thud. Shadow put his knee into Mad Sweeney's chest.
For the second time. Are we done fighting?
We may as well be at that,
said Sweeney, raising his head from the floor.
For the joy's gone out of me now. Like a pea from a small boy in a swimming pool on a hot day.
And he spat the blood from his mouth and closed his eyes and began to snore in deep and magnificent snores. Somebody clapped Shadow on the back. Wednesday put a bottle of beer into his hand. It tasted better than mead. Shadow woke up stretched out in the back of a sedan car. The morning sun was dazzling and his head hurt. He sat up awkwardly, rubbing his eyes. Wednesday was driving. He was humming tunelessly as he drove. He had a paper cup of coffee in the cup holder. They were heading along what looked like an interstate highway, with the cruise control set to an even 65. The passenger seat was empty.
How are you feeling this fine morning?
Asked Wednesday without turning around.
What happened to my car? It was a rental.
Mad Sweeney took it back for you. It was part of the deal the two of you cut last night.
Deal?
After the fight.
Fight?
He put one hand up and rubbed his cheek, and then he winced. Yes, there had been a fight. He remembered a tall man with a ginger beard and the cheering and whooping of an appreciative audience.
Who won?
You don't remember, huh?
Not so you'd notice.
Conversations from the night before began to jostle in his head uncomfortably.
You got any more of that coffee?
The big man reached beneath the passenger seat and passed back an unopened bottle of water.
Here, you'll be dehydrated. This will help more than coffee for the moment. We'll stop at the next gas station and get you some breakfast. You'll need to clean yourself up, too. You look like something the goat dragged in.
Cat dragged in.
Goat. Huge, rank, stinking goat with big teeth.
Shadow unscrewed the top of the water and drank. Something clinked heavily in his jacket pocket. He put his hand into the pocket and pulled out a coin the size of a $50. It was heavy and a deep yellow in color. It was also slightly sticky. Shadow palmed it in his right hand, classic palm, then produced it from between his third and fourth fingers. He front-palmed it, holding it between his first and his little fingers, so it was invisible from behind, then slipped his two middle fingers under it, pivoting it smoothly into a back palm. Finally, he dropped the coin back into his left hand, and he placed it into his pocket.
What the hell was I drinking last night?
Asked Shadow. The events of the night were crowding around him now, without shape, without sense, but he knew they were there. Mr. Wednesday spotted an exit sign promising a gas station, and he gunned the engine.
You don't remember?
No.
You were drinking